A husband and wife were quarreling recently. Both were suffering from hurt pride. Oh, yes. Their egos were deflated, you know. The wife was weeping, had the crying jags, temper tantrums. Both were very angry, glowering at each other, both accusing each other, blaming each other. They had a daughter, aged 6, and she looked at both of them and said, "Both of you deserve a good spanking." Both parents laughed. The tension was broken. They had to laugh at themselves, as they were silly. The whole episode was ludicrous and irrational. They were enjoying hurt feelings, you know. This psychic trauma robs you of vitality, wholeness, beauty, energy, and you can't afford hurt feelings, because they rob you of everything worthwhile. It's the quickest way in the world to get old and wrinkled and sick. It's very expensive medicine. It robs you of everything worthwhile. Robs you of vitality, enthusiasm, energy, good discernment and judgment, leaves you a mental and physical wreck. There are some people who get a morbid pseudo-satisfaction out of playing the martyr role. They say, "If you loved me, you would do thus and so." Some say, "Oh, I will be dead and gone, and you'll be sorry for the way you treated me. You're giving me a heart attack. Oh, you're killing me now." This is emotional blackmail. They're trying to get you to do what they want you to do. Certainly they're not interested in your welfare. But they're selfish. They're possessive. They say, "Do what I want you to do." Not the slightest bit interested in your happiness, your peace, your joy. Do you want all your relatives and associates to think the way you do, to believe the way you do, to act the way you wish them to act, to vote the same way, to go to the same church? Well, if you do, you're emotionally immature. It's called infantilism. You haven't grown up. Give your relatives, your grandfather, your grandmother, everybody, give them their freedom. Permit them to believe what they want to believe. If they want to believe in a devil, permit them to believe in it. Let them have their peculiarities, abnormalities, eccentricities, and unconventional ways. There's a wonderful saying. There are 4 words, MYOB. That means mind your own business. They have the right to do what they think is right. And you have the right to do what you think is right. You're here to do right, think right, act right, and be right. You're here to be a producer. You're here to contribute to the world. What do you produce? Harmony, health, peace, joy, abundance, security. You have no time for criticism, condemnation, or self-pity, or criticism of others, because you're too busy about your own work. You're bringing forth great things. Your success, prosperity, peace, and happiness are not dependent upon what others think, what others do or they don't do, what they say or they don't say, what they think or what they don't think, or what they believe or what they don't believe. The only thing that matters is what you think in your heart. And your heart is your subconscious, meaning as you think and feel, so are you. You're responsible for the way you think. Your relatives aren't. You're responsible for your reactions, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. You're the master. You're the king. The suggestions, statements, actions of others have no power to disturb you. You disturb yourself by the movement of your own thought. Therefore, you have the opportunity to curse or bless. If someone calls you a skunk, do you say, "Well, now, wait a minute, am I a skunk? Do I smell like one?" Or you can say, "Sister, you can't disturb me today. God's peace filled your soul," and go on about your business, you see. You refuse to give that person power to give you a headache, a migraine headache, or disturb you emotionally, or cause you to be irrational and make a fool out of yourself, which is maybe what the other person wants. You're too smart for that. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. The Song of Solomon says, "Its flashes are flashes of fire." Jealous competition plays havoc with men. A jealous person is childish, and he looks that way. Did you ever look at a jealous person, man or woman, in business or profession or in the home life? A jealous man in business is minding and interfering with the other fellow's business. His thought is on the other fellow, his actions when he comes home, the prices in the window, how he's conducting his business, and all that. He doesn't seem to have any time for his own business. He's not attending to his own business. He's working for the other fellow all day long. He gets no pay for it. Isn't that a waste of energy and vitality and enthusiasm? It certainly is. You please others best when you give the best that you have, of your talent, your ability, your time, and everything else. Do you think you're blocked by the person you're jealous of? No. Your thought governs you. Your belief governs you. You're a slave to the other person. If there's a woman jealous of another, she feels inferior. She's full of fear. She has a rejection complex. She's placing the other person on a pedestal and saying, you're away up there and I'm down here. She's demoting herself and certainly attracting lack and limitation and impoverishing herself along all lines. It's disastrous. Some time ago I received a letter from a woman in Arizona in which she said that her sister-in-law and mother-in-law disapproved of her, told her bluntly that they preferred her husband's former wife. They never invited her to their homes, but always asked her husband to visit them alone. Furthermore, although she tried her utmost to be nice to them, they criticized her meals, her home, her clothing, and her speech. This woman said that she felt inferior and rejected, and asked me, why do they do this? What's wrong with me? In reply, I pointed out that she'd been suffering unnecessarily and without real warrant, and that she had the power to refuse and to reject the poisonous statements of her in-laws, their rudeness and their incivility. I explained further to her that she did not create her mother-in-law or sister-in-law, and that she was not responsible for their jealous, envious attitudes and complexes. I told her to stop placing them on a pedestal, and to stop being a doormat for them. A doormat is something one walks on. They wipe their feet on it, too. I added that it was quite possible that her charm, graciousness, kindness, and wonderful character annoyed them, and that they probably got a sadistic satisfaction in disturbing her. I suggested that she break off all relations with them, and cease abasing herself by toadying to them. I told her that she needed an attitude of self-respect and self-esteem. I gave her the following prayer to be used 3 times a day, where it would sink, of course, into her subconscious mind. I completely surrender my in-laws to God. God made them and sustains them. I radiate love, peace, and goodwill to them. I wish for them all the blessings of life. I'm a child of the Infinite. The Infinite loves me and cares for me. It created me, sustains me. When a negative thought of anger, fear, self-criticism, self-condemnation, or resentment enters into my mind, I immediately supplant it with the thought of the Infinite in the midst of me. I know I have complete dominion over my thoughts and emotions. I am the boss. I am the king over my conceptive realm. I am a channel of the divine. I now redirect all my feelings and emotions along harmonious, constructive lines. I refuse to give power to my in-laws to disturb me, or any man, woman, or child. Only God's ideas enter my mind, bringing me harmony, health, and peace. Whenever I am prone to demean or demote myself, I will boldly affirm, I exalt God in the midst of me. I am one with the Infinite, and one with the Infinite is a majority. If God be for me, who can be against me? She followed the above prayer and carried out the other instructions. So can you do the same thing. She said, thank you for the enclosed prayer. She said, I phoned my in-laws and told them not to visit us at any time, except when my husband and I issued a special invitation. I also told them that I sincerely wished them well, and I meant it. I see now where I made my mistake, and how I was actually handicapping myself by thinking I was inferior to them. The prayer has worked wonders for me, and my husband said to me the other day, honey, you're beaming. What happened to you? I told him. Both of us are grateful. That's the way to handle it. That's the way to cure hurt feelings, because you hurt yourself. Nobody has power to hurt you. You hurt yourself. It's the movement of your own thought. Your thought is the king. Your thought is creative. Is the other person's thought creative? Is your thought creative? Does your belief about you and God govern you, or does the other person's belief govern you? Are you going to be hypnotized, mesmerized, brainwashed, manipulated by your mother-in-law or father-in-law? Or don't you have a mind of your own? Don't you come to your own decisions? Isn't there an infinite intelligence within you, a guide, a counselor? Isn't there something within you that sustains and strengthens you? Surely you don't take your instructions from your in-laws? Some time ago I had a consultation with a salesman. He said he was timid, shy, resentful, looked upon the world as harsh and cruel. Actually, he was trying to escape from taking his rightful dominion over life. He said his wife, his boss, his associates didn't appreciate him. They criticized him. He was full of hurt feelings. His children looked down upon him. The cause of all this was this young man had an inner sense of insecurity and inadequacy. He was down on himself. He said, how can I gain the appreciation of others? I gave him a biblical quotation, love thy neighbor as thyself. The real meaning of this text is that your neighbor is yourself. The real self of you is the infinite intelligence within you. Speak thou to him, for he hears, and spirit can meet, closer see than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. Another everyday meaning of the text is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. I explained to this young man the truth about himself and how to love and appreciate himself more, along the following lines. If a man demotes, despises, and deprecates himself, he can't live up or give esteem, goodwill, and respect to others. For it is a cosmic law of mind that man is constantly projecting his thoughts, feelings, and beliefs onto others, and what he sends out comes back to him. If you're mean and cruel to yourself, others are going to be mean and cruel to you. The self of you is God, is your higher self, is the supreme intelligence. Surely you should exalt that and honor it. That's love. That's your neighbor. And love means to be loyal and faithful, give you recognition, veneration to the supreme intelligence within you, not to any created thing. Then you're loving God, which is your neighbor, the closest thing. How could you love the fellow next door except you first loved yourself? Man is a son of the infinite, and all the qualities and powers of the infinite are within him. Man must love and honor the indwelling presence. So love of self is to honor, recognize, exalt, respect, and give your allegiance to the living spirit within you, supreme and omnipotent. The supreme intelligence made you, created you, animates and sustains you. It is the life principle within you. This has nothing to do with egoism, self-aggrandizement, but on the contrary, is a wholesome veneration for the divinity which shapes your ends. The Bible says that your body is a temple of the infinite, that you're here to glorify the infinite. When you honor, respect, and love the self of you, you will automatically love, esteem, and honor others. The salesman listened, and he said, I never heard it explained that way before. I can see clearly what I've been doing. I've been down on myself, and I've been full of prejudices, ill will, and bitterness. And what I've been sending out has reverberated back to me. I've gained a true insight into myself. This salesman practiced affirming the following truths with deep sincerity several times daily, knowing that they would sink down from his conscious to his subconscious mind, and like seeds come forth after their kind. I know that I can give only what I have. From this moment I am going to have a wholesome, reverent, deep respect for my real self, which is the infinite. I am an expression of the infinite. The infinite had need of me where I am, otherwise I would not be here. From this moment forward I honor, respect, and salute the divinity in all my associates and all people everywhere. I hold the self of every person in veneration, esteem. I am one with the infinite. I am a tremendous success, and I wish for all men what I wish for myself, and I am at peace. This has transformed his life. He's no longer timid, shy, or resentful. He's gone ahead by leaps and bounds. So can you. Learn to love your true self, and then you will learn to love and respect others. What thou seest man, that too become thou must. God if thou seest God, dust if thou seest dust. Love the self of you, which is the I am within you. You're saying I am morning, noon, and night. When you say I am, you're announcing the presence of the living God within you. It means being, life, awareness, unconditioned consciousness.